Hi Cancer, this is your monthly general tarot reading for November 2019. Thank you for tuning in. I hope the messages resonate for you. If they do not resonate, remember to check your rising and moon signs, as there may be messages in there for you. Alright, let's get stuck in. I'm using an old deck. Old tarot. I think it's a Simply Tarot or something generic like that, but I just have felt drawn to use it, and the messages have been coming through quite clear. Just ignore my setting today. I have just had a shower and didn't really feel like being in front of the camera, so we're gonna see how this setup works for today. Alright, let's see what we've got coming out for you guys. And I'll try my best. Obviously, how I read, there's no real rhyme or reason. I just, mostly the messages are intuitive. So if you're looking at a card and it's not matching up with its typical meaning and what I'm saying, then you know why. Okay. So I feel like for some of you guys, there's been a real sort of... I'm really feeling like this is going to resonate for the month of October, in terms of it just being one of those months that's just a little bit crabby for some of you guys. I really feel like there was some letting go that took place in October, and I feel like quite a few of you, and I'm sorry I say I feel like so many times, it's really frustrating, I'm trying to break the habit, but I feel like yeah, there's been some walking away for a lot of you guys. Some of you are still kind of stuck in a situation that isn't serving you any good. I feel like there's a person around you that just isn't a good person. Maybe there is multiple people around you that are just kind of bringing you down and putting you in that sort of negative mindset. It's sort of like if you spend too much time with somebody that's really judgmental, then that can rub off on yourself, and you sort of find yourself being judgmental as well, and you're like, this isn't me, this isn't my character, and that's just the energy that you've picked up from this particular person. So I feel like for those of you that have kind of realized this and walked away from it, yeah, and a lot of you have really taken that initiative to realize that, you know, this person or these people aren't the sort of people that I want to associate myself with. They're the sort of people that are bringing me down, not building me up. And it's good that you've become aware of that. If you're still kind of in that situation, know that you can actively take the steps necessary to get yourself out of it. You don't have to surround yourself with people that aren't for your best good, or that do not hold your best interests at hand. Half the decks come out just now, so that's also telling me that you guys, for a lot of you, have just had a lot on your plate in recent month coming out of October. Let's see if we can get a card that sort of connects with what that energy will be like moving into November. We're going to go with that card. Yeah, and that sort of comes down to, I feel like coming into November, a lot of you have sort of got the situation a little bit more under control. You're finding a nice sort of balance between the have to do's, the want to do's, and it's kind of like, rather than allowing myself to be overwhelmed with everything that's on my big to-do list, I'm just going to work through priorities. What's the most important thing that needs to get done right now? What needs my undevoted attention or all of my energy right now, and you're focusing on that and working through it, and that's a good position to be in. That's a good sort of gives yourself some mental clarity on the situation as well, and allows you to not become so overwhelmed. So if this is resonating for you and you're someone that's sort of still feeling like you're very much stuck with everything and weighed down with everything that has to get done, just try to maybe prioritize and break it down a little bit. You can't get everything done in a day, you can't get everything done all at once. Sometimes you just have to say no. Sometimes you just have to say no and really focus on what needs to get done and finding that balance for yourself. And if you can't do everything, that's totally fine. You're human. You tell whoever needs to be told, or you tell yourself, I can't do everything all at once. I can't get everything done at the drop of a hat, and don't commit yourself to having to do that. Okay. There may be just a lot of walking away at this point. I feel like this connects. This has come out underneath that Five of Pentacles. So I definitely feel like for some of you, there's a walking away of somebody in a relationship that sort of wasn't really looking after you in the same way that you feel that you're looking after them. You're looking at the situation in November with a clearer perspective. We've got the Five of Pentacles and Five of Swords here, so you're sort of coming out of this feeling of lack and feeling of being stuck in something that you can't get out of. You've pulled yourself out of it into November, and you're realizing that it's not the end of the world. It's a shitty situation. It's not going to have me feeling my very best for a little while, but I feel like you'll bounce back and pick up from this one quite quick. I've realized that you're realizing, sorry, that you have the upper hand here. And I feel like you have the upper hand here because you've made this decision. It's not like you waited and waited and waited until, you know, you had a tower moment and everything sort of crumbled around you and you were like, what the bloody hell's going on? You've realized ahead of time that that's where this was headed. This was headed to that tower moment. This was headed to that breakdown. And you've sort of stopped and squashed that situation before things got out of hand, is what I'm feeling with this. And that's in itself a positive realization. Lots of strength for a lot of you guys in the month of November, just like realizing your own strength, realizing your own power, and not being afraid to sort of rise up to the top and sort of battle with and knock down. It's like you're sort of house cleaning. Like it's a spring. I mean, it's spring over here still, but I don't know what it's like where you are, but that's the kind of energy that but more in a spiritual sense, more in an emotional sense, just kind of surveying your area and being like, okay, that's crap, that's got to go, that's crap, that's got to go, that's not making me feel good, that's got to go. Decluttering your emotions, decluttering the frustrations in your life, and realizing that, you know, if I want better for myself and I don't want to have to deal with this BS anymore, I'm the one that needs to deal with it. I'm the one that needs to change it. I'm the one that needs to fix it. And for a lot of you, you're just doing that. It's sort of just like, I'm hearing cutthroat, but I don't feel like it's in a negative sense. I feel like it's just emotionally you're cutthroat for yourself. If it's not doing me any good, I'm done with it. I'm over it. I'm getting rid of it. And that's really positive. That's really wonderful energy to be in. Let's see what else we've got. Overall, so far so good. I feel a need to say to a lot of you guys how proud, like there's a real sense of pride here for the changes that you've made. I feel like for a long time a few of you guys have been someone's punching bag, and you're just not anymore. You've really come into this self-sufficient realization, this Nine of Cups energy of being really aware and feeling pleased with yourself moving forward. Good stuff. All right. Yeah, and just new perspectives. A lot of new perspectives. New perspectives which are leading into new beginnings with you guys. Like, this is great. Really good stuff. Really positive stuff. Really positive stuff. So you've got the Death card, you've got the Three of Wands leading into the Death card, and that's exactly confirmation of everything that we've been saying up here in terms of sort of looking at what's around you and wanting to clear house and get rid of it, and you're just putting things to bed, ending things, ending people, ending situations that are just no good. It's like washing away all of this caca and allowing that to bring in a lot more positive, a lot more luck, a lot more happiness. You're really feeling like you've taken back what was yours. You've taken back that power. You're feeling yourself again. You're really feeling that Cancerian energy. Did I just make up a word? Probably. Wouldn't be the first time. Okay, so there's also a message here that let me just clarify this, because I feel like this is separate to this situation. It may bleed in a little bit to some good money luck, some good money news, but let me just see here. It may be a result of a lot of the positive changes. It may be something in itself. So let me just quickly get a quick clarifier for this Temperance card. I know that there is definite significance here with finding the balance, restoring that that clean slate kind of feeling for a lot of you guys in November. But let me just see what we've got here. Okay, for some of you, this is a separate situation, and I feel like this is resonating with a parent or mother figure. Maybe just a family member who is female, who is older than you. So it could be grandmother, it could be aunt, whatever the situation is. And I feel like perhaps you've lent this person some money, because it's definitely a money situation here. I feel like you've lent this person some money and you're having a bit of a struggle to get it back. However this situation ends, let me just clarify this Wheel of Fortune here, because I do feel like the situation ends, but I feel like it may end because you just kind of give up on the fact that you're not going to get this money back. And while money is the issue, I feel like the loss of the connection with this woman, with this family member, is actually what's going to cause you the most grief. I don't think that when you lent this person this money that you actually thought that it was ever going to lead to the situation that it has. Let's just see. I really feel like you're just going to walk away from this one. I think it's like let bygones be bygones, and just kind of, yeah, let bygones be bygones and just kind of let it go. I don't feel like, I think that this person that you've lent this money to has really shown you their true colours, and in order for you to be able to move forward and away from this situation, I think you have to do just that, regardless of whether or not you're actually going to see this money again, or have this connection. I feel like in a way this woman, definitely a woman, this person is feeling like, or making you feel like in a way that you owe them something, when in fact it's very much the other way around. They may be spinning some lies, they may be telling some tall tales to have themselves be shown in a particular light that is the opposite of how they want people to see yourself. They want to play the victim in this situation, is what I'm trying to say here. Yeah, very much so. And I feel like you're in November going to come to the realization, this doesn't necessarily have to be, this is very much a specific situation that I feel will resonate with maybe one or two of you. But this may be someone in your family, a female in your family, who's not treating you well, who's, you know, doesn't have your best interest in hand. Whether it's a specific money situation, it may not be the case for all of you, but the situation itself may resonate for quite a few of you, given a shift in circumstances. But I feel like you're just really going to look at this situation and move forward and move on from it. I feel like for some of you there is a chance that you're going to get the money back. But I don't feel like it's going to come from the person that you've loaned it to, whoever this is resonating. And you may not even, you walk away from it, you don't even worry about it. Perhaps it manifests itself back into your life in a different way. Be mindful of that there. Pay attention to, once you put this situation to bed, pay attention to any money that comes in for you. It may equate to being around the same amount, if not more, and just know that that's Spirit's way of having your back with this situation. There may also be a male who steps forward with this to help. This may be a connection to this person, and they know the truth of the situation. I feel like you don't want to get all your family involved in this, but maybe this person is somebody that you could reach out to and have a conversation with, because I feel like everybody's aware of the situation in the family anyway. And I'm sorry that this is sort of honing in on one or two people, but I definitely feel like the messages were needed to be heard and come through. Let's see what else we've got for Cancer. Chuck the whole deck away. Hang on a minute. For November, one last look here. Yeah, okay. I feel like this is still in resonance with that similar situation here. So you've got the Tower card, and again, just move forward from this situation. Don't look at it as though if something's ending in your life and in your circumstance that it feels like it's out of control, whether it's this direct situation or something that relates similarly to the circumstances here. Don't look at it like it's the end of the world. Don't look at it like that it's, you know, you're not going to be able to pick yourself back up. I definitely feel like you 100% will. Look at this 5 of Cups here. It's letting you know that all is not lost. There is still something to work towards here after this. Look at it as a clean slate if that's the case. This is going to bring whatever this situation is that is no good for you, that you needs to be put to bed, that you want to be put to bed. It's going to end quite quickly and give you room to move quite quickly onwards, I should say. Yeah, there you go. You've got the High Priestess card that's come out there as well, and that's just a confirmation of that. Good or bad news doesn't always have to be good or bad news. It's not always as black and white as that. Try and find the middle ground in this situation. But that's good overall. Like I said, a lot of walking away here. Maybe there's that direct situation that relates to a few people that needed to know that all is not lost from this. A lot of you are making that conscious effort to move onwards and upwards from what it is that's not serving you. Maybe there are some of you on the other side of that that needed a little nudge, needed a little push forward, and this Tower card could very well be that push that you needed. This is going to happen for you, whereas a lot of other Cancers out there have made this decision for yourself and have really done the housework and done the cleaning and done the sweeping away. There's a portion of you that have really needed a boot up the bum, and Spirit's going to bring that in for you in November and give you that boot in the bum. Yeah, needing confidence with this situation perhaps. There's also a chance for some of you to expand in your business here. So while there are some that are losing money, there is some that are going to be again flipping the switch and bringing in some good luck for themselves, some new money. Lots of money this month for a lot of signs, I've noticed. There's also a decision with this business here that some of you are struggling to make. It's sort of, do I go in this direction, do I go in that direction? You're going to stay stuck in the same energy without making any progress unless you make a decision, is what I'm hearing with this. So if you're at a bit of a crossroads with something, go with the one that feels right. Go with the one that you think is going to bring in a quicker return, because you can always build from that rather than sitting and waiting for the return to come in and not getting there as quickly as you would have hoped. Okay, I'll leave that there for you guys. I hope the messages resonate. Do let me know, subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, and I will see you all next month. Thank you.